Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ronnie Marmo, and I'm the very proud Artistic Director of Theater 68, and I hope everyone is staying safe during this crazy time. I want to welcome you to our annual One Act Festival, and this year we're presenting this festival as a fundraiser trying to keep the doors open at Theater 68 on both coasts. As in years past, each One Act has been written, directed, and will be performed by members of the company. We realize this is a very unique experience, and since we can't invite you to our theater, we thought we'd bring our show to you, our virtual stage, as it were. We've learned a lot in this process. Zoom is essentially a hybrid between theater and film, and although it's not exactly the same as us being together in the same room, we've embraced the medium, and we're excited to present these plays to you. We also understand Zoom fatigue is a very real thing. So what we've decided to do is present one 10-minute play each evening. Essentially, each play will run once a week for 6 weeks. There will also be a brief Q&A after the show, so please stick around for that. Now finally, we've decided not to charge for tickets. Instead, we're asking for your donation by going to Venmo and typing in Theater 68, or go to your browser, type in paypal.me/Theater68. In both cases, theater is spelled with an R-E. There's no amount too small. So sit back from the orchestra of your own home. The shows are brief, they're light, they're easy to get to, and we really, really appreciate your support. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, enjoy the show, and onward we go.
Joe, it's just a dinner.
What do you mean it's just dinner? When you say coffee, it's dinner. When you say dinner, it's a whole night and who knows what else.
Come on. He's a friend. I've known him for so many years. Baby, come here.
Yeah. Oh, now you want to kiss? Now when I want to talk, you want to kiss?
This freckle behind your ear? You know, this is my favorite place on your whole body.
Stop, I can't talk with your lips on my lips.
Yes, you can.
Seriously, I need air, Abby. Abby.
Okay, I'm not going to stop knowing an old friend just because I broke up with him. We were buddies first. You don't just throw those parts away.
And what am I supposed to do tonight, huh? It's Friday night.
And isn't there a reading in St. Mark's?
I'll be freaking out. I can't sit through a reading. You know, I work all week. I wait to see you. And then what? I come home. I gotta see you get dressed all cute for your ex-boyfriend. What are you gonna wear?
You know, my therapist says you can take care of yourself, and it's not my responsibility to figure out what you can do for a couple of hours.
Everything was fine before you hired that stranger to talk with. You can't just live. No, you have to live, then talk. Live, then talk, like instant replay. What can a stranger tell you about me and you when she's never even met me? Can you explain this to me? It's about me and you. And you pay her to talk about what me and you can't talk about? Ouch! What the hell is this thing?
That is to make the head of a doll. Look. Yeah, I draw the lips and eyes here. I put wool for the hair here. I could even put a crown.
Beautiful, magical, but can you do me a favor, please? Can you keep all your pieces together? I'm starting to feel like I'm living inside of one of your collages here. Where are you meeting?
I'm not sure.
But there's a difference. Is it just a falafel or is it a candlelit back booth in Vino? Does he touch you?
Gosh, you know, we have a physical vocabulary.
Don't give me that democratic body crap.
Joe, just please.
What was it that you told me? What was it? Oh, yeah. The crotch is a hooking place.
That's contact improv 101.
That's exactly what you said after your dance concert when I had to watch that guy with his head between your legs. Oh, it's just like an elbow or a knee.
It is the easiest way to lift someone up. It really is. The leverage, the counterbalance. You take the weight on your shoulders. You don't even need arms. Here, come here. Come here. Come on. Face me. Widen your stance. Okay. I'm tipping you. Dive forward. Grab my waist.
Oh.
Woo, easy, huh? Woo, the world looks different upside down, right?
You know, if he's just a friend, we could all have dinner together.
Let go and slide down, okay? Put your hands on the floor.
Let's do that again. Why do I gotta be cut out?
Hey, hello? Hello, my friend, I'm a baby up here who needs a nap. Could your sweet doggy lower his volume just a bit? Thank you. He's got a lovely baritone bark. Thank you. I appreciate you. Street might as well be our living room. You know, my dad still has dinner with his ex-wives. Most of them, anyway.
That's because in your family, relationships are interchangeable parts. What's he on now, like his fourth, his fifth wife?
Fourth?
And who does he have dinner with, the first and third? I am no interchangeable parts.
You're one of a kind, baby.
That's right, custom made.
One of a kind.
Where I come from, relationships are forever into eternity. Even if you're miserats, you stay together. Even if you want to tear each other's throats out, it don't matter. I love you so much. What if I want you forever and ever? Are you okay with that? Till death do us part? Why are you silent all of a sudden?
I'm feeling a little.
What's the matter?
No, I gotta close my eyes.
I can see the tremor in your face. You're cataplectic. Just hold on.
No, I can't survive forever. Locked inside. Patriarchy selling the concept of forever.
It's okay. Just rest. I didn't mean to stress you, baby. Just Jesus Cristo. What do I know about how to do relationships? I'm doomed. Like my parents, I just can't do it. They were made for each other. If two people ever were. Thank God he didn't kill her, but still, they were made for each other. The most gorgeous Bronx couple of their day, street smart, sharp, nothing got by either of them. They could have had some life. Their first kiss on the Grand Concourse, and it was grand, the Bronx, Champs-Élysées. If only he could help if the war, my father. If only he was open to it. If only he took his meds. What's the sense of talking? You know, there's two kinds of people in the world, those that get help and those that don't. And maybe seeing the therapist is Abby's way of getting help, but she'll be with her longer than she is with me. Maybe I should get help too. My mother, my father, neither of them will ever marry again, alone, and that's it. I'll travel back and forth between them the rest of our lives. And I was south to Babylon to my mother, and I'm north to Tuckahoe to my father. My whole life, I have been torn in the middle of two of them in their private world war en la vida. Why do we all keep letting their dogs just keep barking, and then with the beeping, and is it gonna change the light any faster? In such a hurry, going no place. Oh, Jesu, he's shaving his chest there on the fire escape, Madonna mia.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Hey, rest, stai tranquilo.
I'm okay. I just gotta open my eyes.
Take your time.
I'm up. I'm up. I was in a dark tunnel. I couldn't find the next breath for the words to latch onto.
My grandmother had this saying, the birds utilize what the people spit out. Nature has a way of using everything humans waste. The birds will weave their nest with his hair.
What's that word for bird again? Uccellino?
Uccello.
Uccello. It's lovely. Oh. I was thinking about how people lock into marriage out of anxiety. How the patriarchy is all about ownership, belonging to each other instead of belonging to yourself.
You were saying something about forever.
I was thinking the concept of forever is a business. It's a commodity the church sells. Why is he doing that?
Spring fever? Isn't that what we all crave? To tear our shirts off in the streets? It's a primal urge to run around a ring of fire and let the earth feel the pounding of our naked feet because then we wouldn't have to pay people thousands of dollars to sit and listen to our troubles. You know, if my grandmother and grandfather had the conversations that you and I had today, knives would have not been hearts. Give that dog what she needs. Give her a bone. I don't want to end up like my father, alone. Alone. I never told you this. But the first time that we kissed on Houston Street, that kiss was so sweet. I remember thinking, oh, this beautiful woman that I'm falling in love with is the only person I want to be fighting with. It's the person I want to be struggling with. This is the person I want to be duking it out with, the person I want to be playing tug of war with. That first kiss was the entrance to battle.
That first kiss was 100% tender.
Yeah, I know. That's not what I was talking about.
You are so important to me. A kiss is a kiss.
It's a kiss.
I want this to work. Okay? And I want you to be okay tonight. Okay?
No, the heart can't take everything. What is the heart but quattro muri? 4 walls, quattro muri.
It's 4 strong walls.
Okay. I will. I'll make plans. I'll call friends. I'll figure it out. I shouldn't have made fun of your therapy before. I apologize. It's good. It's good. I know. Maybe I should find someone to talk with too, huh?
Yeah. Okay. I'm all for that. We can still dance around the fire, you know? Anytime you want.
Yeah? Where?
See the fire. Just close your eyes. Be the fire.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ronnie Marmo, and I'm the
So good we did it twice.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe Montaigne here. Wanting to thank you for your donation, which will help Theater 68 continue to be one of our finest local theaters here in the United States. Thanks again.
Hey, congrats, Jordan. You're muted, hon.
Oops.
Everyone, thanks so much for joining us. There he is. There's Ronnie. Sorry that we were quiet there for a minute. We were waiting for our wonderful director and Q&A host to join us.
Hello, everybody. Ladies, wonderful job. God, congratulations.
Here we are. Congratulations. That was beautiful.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
We just really wanted to soak up the moment. That's really what that's about. We were just very present with ourselves, and I'm sure you all appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us as always. Here at Theater 68, as Ronnie stated in his video, not once but twice, we are accepting donations to help keep our doors open. So please feel free to donate via Venmo at Theater 68 or at paypal.me/Theater 68. We appreciate your support. You guys have all been so wonderful over the course of this run. Guys, it's your last night. How you feeling? Oh, I know. It's so
I'm
bittersweet.
sad. I'm already like sad.
I
Yeah.
know.
We're sad.
So
It was
bittersweet. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it was definitely a sadder ending than usual tonight.
Everything kind of takes on a different gravitas when it's closing night.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hop right on into the questions here. Ladies, I want to start off with the two of you. The first question was how you approach these roles both as a couple and also individually, since obviously these ladies have very distinct characteristics that they bring to the table. So can you talk to us a little bit about what that has looked like for you?
I mean, so the way that maybe we've worked together to solidify how the relationship works as a couple, I mean, one thing I've been super grateful for is Jordan and I have met so much. Like in between regular rehearsals, we were meeting and just either chatting and hanging out, having tea, doing our makeup together and running lines, and just forming a connection that I know has been really special for me. And so, gosh, I think that can only help with the relationship in the play. Like I know we definitely grew a fondness for each other, which makes it so real when we have to then fight in the play with the words. And then as an individual for Abby, I think I've been on both sides of this relationship. I've been the one who's like, please don't leave me, like be near me. And I've been the one going like, I need some space. I need a minute. And that in particular is a little more recent for me and a little easier to tap into. So honestly, I felt that a lot of this was not too far a cry from me. Being a young independent woman who lives in New York City and is a busy woman and a lot of places to go. So that was easy. That was not as difficult to tap into, but then there's the real complex, love and stuff that I was helpful for Jordan to help me get to.
I mean, I'm just going to echo what Megan said. I think the fact that she and I already had a friendship and we were able to kind of grow off that, and the fact that we respected each other so much independently as artists, and then we're able to come into this like really vulnerable space, really shut up for each other. And like Megan said, we would do our makeup together. We would talk about what was going on in our day, or how we were feeling, or how the performances were making us feel, and just be as vulnerable and open as possible, and can continue that intimacy that even just like friends have, because the best relationships at their core are friendships. And I think that had we not been able to be there for each other and do this like tango push and pull, who knows what might have happened. But I'm just so grateful that, Ronnie put us together, and also to be in like under Ronnie's kind of guidance and safety. It allowed us to really explore some things and explore some emotional things. I mean, for me, this experience has been exceptionally cathartic. I think in terms of how, aside from how we prepped as like a couple, and I think I mentioned this in the last Q&A on the fact that obviously she and I are both straight women, and, we need to understand, how do women love? How do women in love fight? How do women in love speak a love language? That's been really interesting. That was one of the first things that we did, was really decide love language and how each woman express themselves when they're in love, and where that comes from. Independently, I just listened to a lot of songs that really put me in a really deep place. I think that music holds memories, and every time I do a production of some sort, especially a play, whenever I do theater, actually, I always have a specific playlist for each of the characters that I work with, to kind of get in the zone, and put their shoes on and put their clothes on, and become that character.
Music is very powerful. That's definitely a good little VIP piece of info that I'll have to
VIP.
What songs? I want to know what's your playlist.
Oh God, it's like,
it's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. She heard some of the songs I played. Yeah, I mean, I can call it my playlist. It's pretty much like every song that I fell in love with in high school. So, yeah, if everyone wants a playlist, I'll do a Joe's Heartbreak playlist for everybody, and I'll send it out.
Perfect. That'll be a great follow-up to the show for sure. You mentioned your director, our artistic director, Ronnie.
Our fierce leader.
Our fearless leader. Ronnie, there was a very interesting note in the chat. It said, it's amazing. It's really amazing how a production evolves even long past rehearsals. And I thought that was, such a deep observation, and wanted to have you talk a little bit about what the process has been from, inception of this amazing piece by Annie to where you see the show went up today, and just talk a little bit about what that's meant to you, seeing this both in Zoom and in person, when we used to do one acts on a stage once upon a time. Remember those days?
Yeah. So, well, thank you. That's a great question. The thing is, when you direct anything, you hope that all the elements will come together. I've directed beautiful shows that nobody saw, and I've directed shows that maybe it all didn't come together for whatever reason, and everybody saw it. You know what I mean? So but in a perfect world, as a director, what happens is the script it just moves me to the point where I have to direct it, and that happened with Annie. And then I picked the two actors I really wanted to work with. That happened. And so if it goes the way this went on opening night, after all that we put in so much work, and these ladies just worked 10 times more than I did, and so, but on opening night, you turn the director, if he gets to have it the way I had it is you turn the play over to them. And then it's their play. And then I sit back with my popcorn and occasionally I have a little maybe this or don't forget that beat or don't forget the love and this and that. But we build the structure and then they live within that. So the answer to your question is it keeps evolving because these ladies are so committed and I had all the elements that a director would dream for. They all came together in this one and because of that it became their play. And I said, please teach me now about this play. Tell me about these women. It's kind of like with your parents. There was a day when my mother and I were walking across the street and I told her to hold my arm, that day. And it's the same thing with a good play. It's like, okay, now we're walking across the street. Tell me about it. Hold my arm now. And so that's what this is. And so it keeps evolving because of the love and the commitment these ladies have for it. And that's why it becomes something. At this point, I just, I just hope that I said to them just before they won, I said, I hope for you a typical performance because then we told the story. That's what I want for them, So that's how it evolved. And in Zoom, this was so unknown too. So we were learning, week 3, we're still figuring out tech. I mean, we're learning the whole. So I slept a little less than I did, but, so that's it. You can't lose sight of the fact that we're so blessed we do this in the first place. And so when you know that, really genuinely know that, it comes together on whatever level it's supposed to.
Well, absolutely. And we're blessed with the lovely words from Annie, since this is, such a personal piece for you. And, I'm sure that it's brought up quite a bit over the course of the last 6 weeks. But I know one of your favorite questions to ask during the Q&A has been, what are some of everybody's favorite moments? So I wanted to go ahead and turn that over to you because we never have a chance to get your favorite moments. So what have been some of your greatest hits of these last 6 weeks?
Tonight was so deep. I mean, I was crying tonight. I don't know, there's a lot of different emotions. I guess every show's different, right? But tonight I felt 1,000 moments of complexity between you two. And no, I'm kind of speechless, really, honestly. I mean, it was very, very deep for me tonight. Yeah, Janelle, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So.
That is perfect, Annie.
That's what you said. You said it. That's the answer.
You as you are is perfect, my dear. So thank you.
I mean, I love the falafel question.
I might have missed the falafel question. I feel like that's one I probably wouldn't have missed, but it looks like I might have. So I'll have to.
Like, is it just falafel? So I was writing in the chat, it's never just falafel.
It's so true. Relationships are complicated, right? Relationships can be
complicated.
Never really about the falafel.
But I just loved tonight. I felt like 6 emotions from each of you in a given moment. When you were making eye contact and in the silences, I just felt like really a whirlwind of 6 different things coming from each of you. It was really beautiful, like looking into the Grand Canyon. You can't say what color is it. What color is the Grand Canyon, Ronnie? Oh my God.
Yeah, it depends on which moment you look at it.
Yeah, but it's always 1,000 colors. Like it's never one color.
No, of course.
So you're looking in their eyes, looking at each other. It's like that. It's like looking into the Grand Canyon.
Well, it's definitely easy to get deep with where you guys are at emotionally and what you guys have brought to these women. Wanted to talk a little bit about the technical aspect of what we do, since that is such a huge component of this process. Megan, I heard a little bit of New York City in the background as we were getting towards the end of the.
And she said fire, and then all of a sudden you hear a fire truck.
It was just you can't make that stuff up. You guys have such a rich soundscape, but then here you are having New York City at its finest in the background. Yeah. So, ladies, talk a little bit about the technical component. You have multiple cameras, multiple locations. Jordan, you were traveling during rehearsal process. Megan, you moved in the middle of the run. What has this process been like going from day one to today?
Jordan, you go ahead and start.
All right, sure, yeah. Okay, cool. No pressure. I think
I started last time.
Yeah, for us, the fact that we worked so hard in the relationships and Ronnie really made it really about the relationship. And we had ideas of places we wanted to start, but it was about what we were saying and how we were saying it, what it meant, and the subconscious and all the good things. and what the words really meant to each character. And I think that because that we could do it in any place. Like I think I said, like last week I said, I rehearsed when we rehearsed. I was in Florida and I did this show. We rehearsed in a hotel room in my parents' condo in Florida, then a hotel in Georgia, two hotels in Georgia, and then Nashville and Virginia, no, then North Carolina, then West Virginia, then Philadelphia, and then New York. So it was great. I had so much experience. When I finally got home, I was like, this is easy.
You did a national tour, is what
I
you
did a
just
national
did.
tour of the hooking place, and no one even knew about it. I think for the technical things, the hardest at first was the fact that we originally were going to use so many different cameras. Like we each had two devices at first, and there was lots of technical difficulties. Like how can we hear each other? How can we make it look seamless without making it like awkward, like technically gawky because we're talking through an iPhone right now. But the smaller it got, once we both went to one device, it was just so much more intimate. And then just all the tech faded away. It was just a matter of, okay, I get it like a normal show. Is my stuff set up? Are my things screwed in right? Is my phone charged? Okay, now I can just focus on the relationship, and that's all that mattered. Because Megan and I would be on like an hour and a half sometimes before we went on, just talking to each other on the same device. So the familiarity helped with the tech. But that was my experience.
But how do you grab the camera when you start running to her and you don't look at it? Like, how do you do that?
Oh, fun fact! I have a tripod. I have an iPhone selfie stick tripod. I have like 3 of them. They're my here.
All right, you'll have to show me sometime. Let's see what
Yeah, there it is.
So how does that balance? Like you could stand that up.
Yeah, it's like a tripod. It's like a normal tripod. I think that was the cool thing is we found simple ways to make big movements happen. So we had Megan before had her computer and I had my phone, and then now we both have our phones. Then we had different mics, and then we just whittled it down to make it work. Even like Megan has a doohickey too. So
Yeah, but excuse me, but you could grab it without looking, run to the other part of your room and put it down without looking?
No, I took it. So we had 2 setups. So Megan and I each had 2 setups. So we able to switch for each setup. So I had an entirely different filmmaking setup in my bathroom.
Excuse me, when you run and she's on the floor sleeping, you run
the
camera.
She runs.
No, it's all on the.
And you don't even look at the. How do you grab it without looking? Put it down without looking.
Annie, watch this. I picked up a glass. I'm not looking at it.
I will give you a lesson next time I see you. We'll do it on Zoom.
What are you talking about? What are you
Annie, this reminds me, your excitement about this moment reminds me, years ago when we first started the company, we had a whole round of auditions, but we had a softball team at the time, and we said, no, we don't need a monologue. What we need is to see you run across the stage, slide, come back, and run across the other. We don't need to see your acting. We got to make sure you can hit. This is what the moment is, These girls are like incredible tech people here. We're like, okay, your acting's good, but what else can you do, So that's
No, you know what? I'd love to just boogie off of that because like the fact that we did have to we are our camera person, we are our prop person, we are our costume person, we are our lighting person, and like it really is kind of crazy. And like I can see, I hope it's impressive because geez Louise, like did we work hard on it? But yeah, it's crazy. I love showing like I've got like reflectors over here, like lights all around my apartment, like behind there, bouncing around, and like prop table here. Something over there that I tripped on tonight in the middle of the show. It was
so good.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of setup.
It adds to the energy and the excitement of what we're doing. It's like we're creating art from nothing. It's like really starts with the words, and then we got to figure the rest of it out.
It's so much fun. It feels like I said this last week, I think, but it feels like every night if we did it, it's like we did a magic trick.
Yeah.
But it was like a 15-minute long magic trick.
I got a magic trick. I need to get a haircut. All right.
Oh boy, you're gonna need some more than magic over there. So guys, I have a very in-depth question for you all. Obviously, this concept was birthed from everything going on with the pandemic, having to shift gears, but within that has been a lot of isolation time. So how has that time in isolation affected your work as actors, especially with this being such an emotional and in-depth piece?
I'll start if it's okay. Like overall, I've been saying this a lot. as I'm an extrovert, I'm a social person, and I haven't been fully isolated. I live with my partner, and up until a month ago, I had roommates as well. So I haven't been isolated. But seeing the same few people over and over and over again, I will say it gets really hard to feel bad about yourself. I definitely am a person who looks to others for energy, for support, for validation. I hate that about myself sometimes, but like I'm always looking to others for some kind of like confirmation that like I'm doing okay or whatever. And something happened to me mentally where just seeing a few people and not a bunch of groups of a supportive theater community like I'm used to seeing, where it's like I just didn't believe it, or I wanted, I don't know. I just feel like I lost energy. I lost motivation. I lost a lot of happiness at the beginning of this whole process. And I'm so grateful, one, that we kept 68 going the way that we did, and we were able to see people even just on Zoom. But I was really not digging it for a while. I was hating it for the first month, and then we started production. And for me, that really did change everything. Like just working with Ronnie consistently, like a few times a week, and being with Jordan, who is so talented and challenged me to step up and grow and be working on words like this, Annie, that are so full and deep and challenging. Like finally, I was like, okay, now I feel like I'm chewing on something again, like I'm living really more. So it was a huge blessing.
Yeah, I will say it's been really difficult. I mean, in the beginning of pandemic, I live alone, and so it was me and my best friend. We decided to quarantine together, and I was living on her couch for 2 months, and I wasn't doing anything creative. We were just working together and collaborating. Luckily, we're both actresses. But when we went to Florida, it just got in this routine of it didn't matter where I was or what the situation was. You wake up in the morning, the same place that you're hanging out in and spending time in, trying to be creative in, is the place that you're working in and sleeping in, and it's just this consistent like just repeating day, this Groundhog Day scenario. And then honestly, when we started this, it was really difficult for me. I honestly felt like such an awful actor when we first started this, because I was having such trouble connecting, and like I was so overthrown by this that it made it really difficult to connect. And then, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, luckily, because Ronnie's my director and I know him personally, like I'm close to Ronnie and I'm close to Megan. Had I not had that, like, very fortunate, and Annie, I've done another production with Annie, so it's like I love her to death. Her words, they just play in my ear like music. I think having that trust factor and really having people that I wasn't afraid to be vulnerable with, who broke through these like weird walls that I had, because it was so difficult for me that I don't feel like I even felt like I was myself in the show until probably when we first started the show. Because I had a breakthrough the week before the week we went live, and I think that a lot of it was because I was finally in my own space and I could breathe. But like today, to compare that where we are today, today was really emotional for me. I've been in my apartment being alone all week. I haven't really seen anybody. I was so excited for social interaction. To see Megan and to spend time with her was so rewarding to me. I felt like it really, that anticipation and that anxiety of like this meeting that we're gonna have, because I'm completely alone here, really helped fuel tonight for me. At least I felt a lot more desperate to connect, and I think it really translated.
Absolutely. Annie, I would love to ask that question to you as well. You're the incredible writer of this piece, but you're also an actor in this company. And, how has the isolation time affected your work on all avenues?
Yeah, really, I got to thank Ronnie for his leadership, because, when all the rehearsal studios closed their doors, I guess my knee-jerk reaction was, now what? Nothing. Now what? Nothing. Instead, Ronnie said the opposite. He said, no, now what? We keep going on, and we'll just figure it out as we go. And so the first couple of weeks in Zoom, I was so disoriented. I had to punch in 10 numbers, like, you know what I mean? Like a phone number when I grew up was 7 numbers. Then you had to do area codes. Now it was 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. Now with Zoom, numbers and passcodes, it was like getting lost constantly and very disorienting. And now I don't know what to say. Like Ronnie, really, this has saved me these past however many months, really 6 months. really you're talking 6 months. So we had a couple of months with the company, weekly meetings, and then I don't know, 6, 7 weeks in rehearsal, and then 6 weeks of shows. So that's a lot of months on the calendar.
Yeah.
You know, putting calendar months on and off the wall. And I had anxiety about all this ending because I thought every night I'm in a show or in a rehearsal, every single night. So now I got in another play in Ronnie's LA company. So tomorrow night I'm rehearsing with them because without this, really, I'd be like so alone and lost. I mean, already I'm immunocompromised. So in 6 months, I haven't been indoors anywhere except where I live, and no one's been in here. So any human interaction's been out on the sidewalk or whatever, right? So now the winter's coming, you know what I mean? It's like, so Ronnie, thank you, really. And Megan and Jordan, thank you for going so deep, really. I almost feel like this is deeper than real life. Now I feel like reality doesn't hold water compared to these interactions. I mean, really, you went so deep. I don't even know what to say.
No,
Reality's not really that good. Not yet, anyway.
isn't that always the way? Our
No,
reality pales in comparison.
I could hope in a reality that's better, but at this moment, reality's not as good. I can tell you that.
No, absolutely.
Like seeing Megan and Jordan looking at each other's eyes with 1,000 emotions. Yeah.
No, it's incredible.
And seeing Megan say, forever's a commodity the church sells. I mean, come on. And then Jordan giving her the Malocchio, it's like, come on. And that moment, talk about a moment where you're together, talking about forever, and then Jordan walks away. Like, really. It's like the magnetism and then the break of the magnetic field.
No, that's beautiful. And I know we're coming up on time, but Ronnie, I wanted to bring this question over to you as well. I mean, it's not lost on any of us that it would have been an easy decision to say, let's push this off till 2021 and see what happens. But it's been so inspiring that you've really taken this to another level with all of us to help us keep engaged and have that community. What has this isolation time been like for you, having to make all of those big decisions, carry that weight of the company on your shoulders?
Well, let me say I get the credit for that, but there are a lot of people who participate in that. Starting, I would say the second most would be that woman right there with the little red top on, Megan. So you could say thank you to me, but there's a lot of thank yous that go around. Starting with that incredible lady. But Annie, it's really thank you. It means so much to me that you said that. Here's the truth, like this quarantine's been crazy for me because I think I'm more split down the middle than anybody. Because my life is 1,000 miles an hour, and for me, if I'm gonna make lemonade out of these lemons, it has caused me to pursue parts of my life that I would have never taken the time to do. I'm a better leader artistically. I'm a better father. I'm a better boyfriend. I'm a better a lot of things.
You're a better cook. What about your cooking?
I'm a better cook. I'm a better a lot of things because I was forced into a situation where I had to sit still and cut it out because I'm zipping around the world always, if you know me, and literally zipping around the world. So in that way, but artistically, I was also very scared because I rely on people and human connection and there's always been a debate and with people close to me. Some people have thought that the theater company has cost me having a bigger career, and other people have thought the theater company is why I have the career I have because of the opportunities. And the truth is, I used to get yelled at by my agent manager for saying publicly, my life's work is my company. It means the most to me out of any project I do. The fact that I have something to do with these beautiful people artistically and personally on a daily basis, that's my life's work. And they used to say, don't say that, people are gonna think that's what you do, blah, blah, blah. It's the truth. It's the truth. Like Megan having this experience and Jordan having this experience and Annie feeling the way she feels about the last 6 months that I had a small part to do with her not being so isolated. Like, to me, that is my life's work. Because you know what, 20 years from now, or 50, 100 years from now, when I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going, remember that part I played in a thing? I'm going to go, where's Megan? Where's Annie? Okay? So to me, that's what it's about. So I feel blessed that I for somehow have been put in this position, and I'm a vessel for this company in some ways, but really all I'm doing is projecting what I need from myself, and the fact that I'm so selfish about it means that the whole company benefits from that. Like everybody in this group is a mirror of me, and and so that's what this is about, you know. If we get stuck doing this another 6 months, guess what? That's what we're doing. We're doing whatever we're doing. What we're not doing is packing up and going home. We're not going to be isolated. We're not going to sit home scared and alone and sad. We're not doing that. So we're going to do whatever it takes to be together and be a team and do this. And I got to say, because we're closing up here, but this, like, what an honor to direct this play. I've directed, I don't know, 60, 70 plays. This one I'm never going to forget because there was so many challenges and it was so new. I felt like I was directing for the first time again, you know? And so thank you guys for indulging me and just going on this ride with me. And I love you very much. And
We
We love
love
you
you,
too.
Ronnie.
I
We
love
love
you.
you, Ronnie.
And I love this company. And once you're in the family, that's it. You know, it's hard to, once we love
Hard
you,
to get out.
we own you, you know.
That love gets right up in there, you know.
Because the truth is, it's not lost on me how blessed we are. I live in LA. There's a guy probably next door wishes he could be in our situation tonight. We were so blessed. And guess what? We'll figure out the next show next. Let's take a few days off and get back at it.
Yeah.
Girl,
I
right?
want to tell you, my oldest sister, who's probably out there watching now, she watches a lot, Rosemary. Hi, Rosemary. She said to me early on, "You're thriving during this pandemic. You're not just living." She says, "You know, Ronnie's an innovator." And that's what she said, you know? And it's true. You know, it's true. When you started this and you said, use your house as a stage set or wherever you live, your apartment, nobody ever did that before.
Uh,
So really, your innovation, really, really.
Thank you. You know, just like everything else, I'm naive enough not to know better, and that's how I've gotten to where I have. You know, every time people say, "Oh, you can't do that," I go, "Why? Why not? Let's just do it." So, in other words, if I knew a little more, I probably wouldn't succeed at all. But because I don't know enough, that's why we keep doing it. You know. Anyway, I love you guys. What a great night,
Aw,
and
we love you,
onward
Ronnie.
we go. You know.
Where
And
we
big
go.
thanks. Listen, Lauren's behind the scenes. Can she say hello?
Yeah, Lauren, we have to thank Lauren, definitely.
Because
She's been
without the tech, you know, forget about it. Without the
at the
tech.
sound.
The tech is a character. Thank you so much, Lauren, for all of your
Thank you, Lauren, doing the magic, and Sam Bowen doing the production magic.
there's a ton of people behind the scenes just working their little butts off to make this happen. This has been very, very much a team effort across the board. I'm so proud of everybody in this company and how close we've all come as a result of all of this. It's been amazing. That is time for us, you guys. So I just wanted to take a minute to thank all of you and thank everybody who stuck around for the Q&A here tonight. We are coming to the end, but we are not done yet. Tomorrow's show is Fear and Self-Loathing, starring Marty Grabstein, Richard Bernstein, and Megan Magee is going to be filling in tomorrow night for the great Isa Goldberg. It is written by Christian Ledley and directed by Megan Magee. This is the Megan Magee show.
Stop saying my name.
Guys.
It's perfect.
Megan McGee.
It's so fitting that you're gonna perform in the last performance. We'll miss
Yeah.
You've done a great job. But when you came to me with this, I was like, who else? It's got to be you. Go do it. And I can't wait to see it. I'm going to jump on the Q&A with you guys tomorrow night to close the festival.
Cool.
But that's so great. It's so great, right? One more, guys, and we'll see what's next. Lauren, you look beautiful. You look beautiful.
Oh.
You look
Oh, hi, Lauren. I didn't even see you.
You
Hi.
wear those uniforms
Aw.
everywhere. You look gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you. I do have makeup on right now. I am going out later, but
Careful. Be
we're
careful.
at- I will. I've got a mask, and we're not going far.
I got it. Onward.
All
we-
right, everybody. Just a
Thank
reminder, just want to remind everyone that we are accepting donations for the show. So please go ahead and donate through Venmo at Theater68 or paypal.me/Theater68. Thank you so much, as always. Have a wonderful night, and onward we go. See you
Onward
guys
we go.
tomorrow.
Thank
All right. And we are off.